Hi everyone, welcome back to the next Diecast. In today's video, I'll be taking a look at Bburago's 2023 catalogs. Now, Bburago releases two different catalogs. Usually they have the regular Diecast catalog and the Ferrari catalog. They just came out with their 2023 catalogs on their website, so I'll be taking a look at each of those, mostly kind of focusing on what they're going to be offering in terms of 1/18 scale and 1/24 scale vehicles, but I'll kind of flip through the other sections of the catalogs too. I also did a video similar to this on the 2023 Maisto catalog, so make sure you go and check that out as well. So here's the catalogs on here. We'll start with the regular Bburago catalog. You can see you got their logo, and this has the same feature the Maisto catalog has, where you can kind of flip the pages like that, or you can use the arrows. We'll go full screen mode. You can see there's the Bburago logo up there, and then you have this Red Bull F1 car on the front there. There's your cover. And then first you got the table of contents right there, and they kind of start off with their various racing lines. They make pretty good, I think, models of race cars. I don't personally collect them, but I think they're worth checking out. I don't know if anybody else actually makes, here's two new releases right there. The Lamborghini Essenza, not sure how you say it, SCV12, and then you have the 2020 Corvette C8R. I don't know if anyone actually makes a model of the C8R in 1/24 scale right now, so that might be actually cool to check out. So there's their 1/24 scale race cars. Then you got 1/43 scale race cars and 1/32 scale race cars as well. These all look cool. Looks like they have a new 4GT Heritage Edition. Maisto makes that in their 1/18 scale line. And Bburago apparently makes it in 1/43 scale. Move on to the next pages. Here's more of those 1/43 scale race cars. I think one of these was probably on the cover of those Red Bull F1 cars, but I think they're pretty well detailed. I don't know where you can actually get them in terms of stores and stuff. I think on like Amazon you can probably find these. I'm not too sure though. Then you got some more race cars on here, 1/43 scale race cars. Audi S1 e-tron Quattro. I never seen that before. That looks cool. I think that should be a pretty cool model. Funny enough, they have the Bugatti Bolide in the race car section, although I guess it is technically a race car. And we'll be seeing that in the 1/18 scale section too. So there's your 1/43 scale race cars. Now we get into the regular kind of larger scale models. These are their 1/18 scale models in this section here. So in terms of new releases, right off the bat, we have this 2022 Audi RS e-tron GT. Looks like that'll be available in green or silver. That's a surprise. You don't really see too many new models of Audis in 1/18 scale. Welly was doing that for a bit, but then they kind of stopped. Bburago, in terms of Audi models, the last, I think, Audi model that they released was the 2010 or 11 TT RS, if I'm not mistaken. And then for Maisto, they did the 2015 or 16 Audi R8, but they haven't released any models of Audis since then. So that'll be cool to see. Looks like it'll have opening doors, hood, and trunk, probably just opening front doors. And hopefully this will be actually 1/18 scale and not like 1/19 scale or underscaled like that. So we'll see how that looks. I may consider getting that, because that is an interesting looking sedan for sure. Similar vehicles you see on here, these were all either prior released colors for these models or have been made for quite some time. Both of these E-types apparently are very good models. Costco actually had this E-type in 2022, so perhaps Sam's Club or Costco will have these models, or any of these models that we see here in 2023. We're about, I think, 5 or 6 months away from that still, but hopefully soon. Not too much to see on here. This is the last 1/18 scale page. Most of their other 1/18 scale models are Ferraris, and that's in a separate catalog. So similar stuff there. Similar stuff for 1/24 scale, at least as far as this page goes. I think this BMW 3 Series was a prior release for like 2021 or something. And not a whole lot on this page, although you do have the new Land Rover Defender 110. It looks like that'll be in silver or green. They're doing the 4-door version too. I'm kind of surprised to see that. Of course, you won't have all 4 opening doors, but hopefully they'll do a good job with details and everything on that. Looks like another new model that they have on here is the 1987 Mercedes-Benz 190E. That looks pretty cool, either in red or blue. I may actually consider getting that one. I don't know if that's a re-release or if that's a brand new model. Sometimes Bburago and Maisto will occasionally re-release castings from years past, but that is kind of rare. And then on the last page here, a new addition to their 1/24 scale line is the 2022 Porsche 911 GT3. So Maisto makes the 1/18 scale version, and now Bburago is going to be making the 1/24 scale version. So that should be really cool to see. And here's something interesting. Vehicle to be determined. Well, what's it going to be? I feel like we're seeing these catalogs sooner than usual for this year. Usually Maisto and Bburago don't release these things until near the end of March, but maybe they were in a hurry. I feel like, I don't know. So that's going to be a interesting thing to see. This is almost like a van shape. Maybe it's going to be the new Volkswagen microbus or something. I don't know. We'll see what they release in that scale, I guess. Then you got your 1/32 scale cars there. We'll just kind of flip through the rest, see what they got going on. You got a few new things there, some new Volkswagens it looks like. And it looks like they make a Mercedes Vito, I didn't know that. A lot of these models are kind of harder to find for Bburagos, especially their Street Fire 1/43 scale cars. You used to be able to find them in stores a lot of times. At least here in the US, these aren't going to be common to find. If you're over in Europe, a lot of these are probably going to be familiar to you. So they got the new Lamborghini in 1/43 scale, kind of like how Maisto's doing it in 1/18 scale. And here's all the different, they're trying to be like Hot Wheels, I think, with these track sets and these parking sets, but that's still kind of cool that they make these different things. I do like these transport trucks. On Amazon, you can actually find at least this one here with the Audi on the back. It's going to be your standard Street Fire 1/43 scale cars plus the transport trucks. Not too much to see there. There's some more trucks, some semis and everything, construction vehicles. These are Acura MDX. What scale is this? 1/64 scale. I may look for that one. It's not that's unusual to see an Acura or like a regular car like that in that scale. But again, I don't usually find these or look at these parts of these catalogs. But I thought, you know, why not? It's already kind of filming it. Lots of construction vehicles. Emergency vehicles and everything. You got some motorcycles, and then that's pretty much it right there. So, I'll definitely consider getting that Audi RS e-tron GT. We'll see if it's released in time to be sold at Sam's Club. Hopefully, it will be. And then we had that cool Mercedes 190e in their 1/24 scale line as well. So probably not as many new releases, at least as far as regular cars go, as in terms of previous years, but we will see some more in the Ferrari catalog, which we'll get to next. All right, we'll take a look next at Bburago's 2023 Ferrari catalog. Just click on that right there. And here's their Ferrari catalog. On the cover, similar to their, regular catalog, they have an F1 car on the front. Of course, this is a Ferrari F1 car. And then you have 2023 on the bottom there. So let's see what they got in store for Ferrari models for 2023. Let's go in full screen mode. All right, here's a table of contents with this picture up on here. And then the first things you get into are the F1 cars. Of course, they have the annual season car, the 2023 season car, which is currently covered up, but I assume that'll be unveiled at some point in the next few months. And then it should be available for sale at some point thereafter. You can see you have the 1/43 scale and the 1/18 scale F1 cars on these two pages. And the 1/43 scale ones actually come with a plastic with a clear plastic case. I didn't know that. It's actually pretty cool. And then up next, you have the 1/24 scale race cars. A lot of cool choices here. Nothing really new to see, but I will say that the colors that they have for the FXXK as well as the 250 GTO look super cool. And then you get into some 1/43 scale race cars. These are all pretty well detailed, I think. And new for this year is the FXXK Evo from 2017. So that's the new release they have on there. And then you get into the 1/18 scale signature series, where you'll see a couple of new releases on this side. You have the Ferrari Daytona SP3, and then you have the SF90 Spider Hassetto Fiorano. These both look very cool. Not sure when they're actually going to be out, but I guess probably towards the end of the calendar year. And this one should be coming in white, and that one should be coming in black and white. And then, of course, you have the usual models from previous years, all of which I think are pretty well done. And then you get into the 1/43 scale signature series. And you have a few new models for the 1/43 scale series. You have the Daytona, which is also going to be released in 1/18, as you just saw, and the Monzas. You have the Monza SP1 and the SP2. I thought they already had the SP1 and 1/43rd scale, but apparently not. These are both new for 2023. Then you get into the 118 Race and Play series. And right off the bat, you have a new color for the FXXK Evo. That's going to be coming in blue, it looks like. I do like that. I'm live around there. And then you have the usual white version. And then you have, I guess, the regular FXXKs. They're both in the same colors that you saw from previous years. And then new for this year, we have the 296 GTB Hassetto Fiorano in two different colors. It looks like it's going to be in gray with this yellow on the front, and then you have the the red with the white in the front. They look pretty cool. Depending on how one of these two looks, I might consider it, but I do still want to try to find this kind of goldish yellow SF90 Spider for sure. Maybe it'll turn up at like Sam's Club or something, but we'll see about that. And then you have the usual models down here. So I think they have a pretty diverse range. Of course, there are some current Ferrari models that are missing. I wish they made the GTC4 Lusso and maybe the 812 Superfast. They've been out for a couple years now in real life, and I thought Bburago by now would make them in 1/18 scale, but apparently not. But at least we do have several other releases to look forward to in that sense. And then you have the 124 Race and Play series. And new for this year, we have the SUV, the Puro Sangue. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but I think the real version of that's coming out in 2023. So Bburago, it looks like they're going to be making a model of that in 1/24 scale. So that should be something cool to look forward to. And the SP1 is coming in a new color, it looks like. That's a super cool one. Black with the red stripe and the red, I'm not sure what you call that lump above the seat there, but on this gray version, of course, you have that yellow stripe and that yellow hump or lump. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, some cool stuff there. And then, of course, you have some of the usual models that Bburago has been making for quite some time. But not a big deal. You do have several releases from last year, too. That should be, I think, more widely available shortly, like the Ferrari Roma, as well as the Stradale up there. So, cool stuff. Then you have the 1/43rd scale Race and Play series. Kind of similar stuff on here, but you do have the SUV, as well as the SP2 and the 296 GTB are all going to be coming out in 1/43rd scale as well. So those should be kind of cool to see. And then you need to have some more 1/43rd scale stuff and a bunch of their play sets as well. And then you have the smallest Ferrari models on this side here, the 3-inch models. And new for these are going to be the 296 GTB, as well as a new color for the Ferrari Roma. So a few good releases to look forward to there. Not as many in 1/18 and 1/24 scale, but Bburago is kind of sparing in most cases with releasing models in those two scales, at least as far as their Ferrari models go. But I think in general, between the Ferrari catalog and the regular 2023 catalog, there are a fair bit of models to look forward to for 2023. I think ones I'll probably be seeking out are the Bugatti Bolide, which I wasn't able to find last year, and maybe one of the Ferraris, either that 296 GTB, depending on how that looks, or maybe the, I think it's the SF90 Spider. Yeah, the Spider is the Roadster, and the Stradale is the Coupe, if I'm not mistaken. So those are probably the ones I'll be looking for sure, at least as far as the 1/18 scale models go. So feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on Bburago's offerings for 2023, maybe which ones you're looking forward to getting. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.